name is Fenna. Welcome to the Self-Compassion channel. I am a certified coach and counselor, and I work with people in a Limerence episode and also with their partners. If you want one-on-one coaching with me, please send me an email. My email address is in the description below. Now, Limerence. My big-hearted, big loving, cute Limerence. We're going to talk about the withdrawal. Maybe you are preparing to go through the withdrawal. I'm going to explain you what it is and why we have to go through it and how to deal with it. And I'm going to explain to you how. When I went through the withdrawal the first time in a Limerence episode, I did not know what hit me. Even though I already knew about it, I knew the Limerence withdrawal, I didn't know what hit me. I was totally not prepared. It caught me by surprise and I didn't know what was up and down anymore. So that's why I'm here today. I'm your withdrawal guide. All I knew back then is that I wanted out of this uncertain, unhealthy and unstable situation. And I kind of thought that cutting the cords would be the hardest part. It was not. Hell started a couple of hours later. Again, I'm here as your withdrawal guide. We are going through this step by step. When you are in Limerence, you probably want to get out. You probably thought about it a lot. How do I get out of this? I want to leave this situation. I want to leave the situation that caused me so much stress. Anything is better than to stay in this prison. Well, that's certainly true. But first you have to deal with a very, very angry and upset nerve system. Maybe you're making a plan to end things, or maybe you are so fed up with this being in this prison that you think, okay, this is enough. I can't do this anymore. I want to get out. Maybe that decision feels empowering, but also very scary. And even when you do this, it may feel empowering for a few hours, but then your body will protest. Because when you are in a Limerence episode, that means that you are literally addicted to the contact with this other. The presence / non-present of the other suits your hormonal reward system. The intermittent reward of the unpredictable contact with the other. You slowly trained your brain into this addiction. We need the other to soothe our body, to feel a little bit better. The limbic part of our brain, that's the lower part of our brain, needs these hormones to calm our nerve system. So when we decide to not give our body the drug / the contact with the other, it feels so bad for so many reasons. The body and the brain always wants to come back in a hormonal balance. It's called homeostasis. So when we enter a Limerence episode, we completely change that balance. By the intermittent reward, we slowly train our brain into an addiction. Being in an addiction means that we changed the neurotransmitters, the chemical balance in our brain. And the body has to work really hard to bring everything back in balance when we change something in there. So when we get out of contact, when we cut the cord, when we take away the substance or the source of our addiction, the body has to work really hard to get back in the balance. And that is what you feel. That's why you shake, You vomit, you get belly aches, sweat, nightmares. I don't know, your body is really, really working very hard. The withdrawal symptoms are not fun. They're kind of painful. We can have pain in our chest, sleep disorder, have a really low mood, feel depressed, scared. We can have a very of really, really bad symptoms. But with limerence, we get it double. Not only do we feel the body working to get back in the hormonal balance, but we're also detaching from an important other. Well, the body thinks that it's an important other, and Mother Nature doesn't like detaching, because detaching can equal death. If we are completely alone without other people, we have more chance to die. So the body freaks out, and it gives us alarm bells going off left and right, saying, okay, there's someone missing. This someone is important. Maybe we're going to die, so let's seek this other person. Even though we don't want to seek this other person, we still can think that it's really better to seek the other person. Even though there's no proof that things will be different. And that's the bizarre thing in limerence. You can watch yourself making this conscious decision to go out of contact, and 3 days later think, maybe it's a really good idea to reconnect. Even for one moment, even just one time, just a little hello, just a little connection, yeah. That sounds like an addiction, all right. You just want to calm your nerve system, just for a moment. You don't want to feel the withdrawal symptoms. And I remember when I went through the withdrawal, my body, it felt like it was in war all day, 24/7 for a few days. I could not find relaxation. I could not calm my body down. Oh, that lasted a few days. It's a bumpy ride, and it takes all your willpower and strength and the power of choice that we still have. We still have a power of choice, and we still have our adult mind. We can go against our nerve system, and we can go against our lizard brain and our manipulative limerence. We go against almost our reflexes. But if you are aware of this, it can be done. You can deal with the cravings. You can deal with the longing. You can take it. Of course you can. People beat addictions all the time. It can be done. Basically, all you have to do, I'm not downgrading it by the way, but all you have to do is not give in. And you have a really good reason not to give in. Maybe you want your life back. Maybe you want your nerve system to be regulated and calm again. Maybe you really miss that. Okay, so when you go no contact, your body will freak out. How long does that last? Well, that depends a little bit. I've heard people say that it only lasts like 2-3 days. The physical withdrawal symptoms, I've also heard like 1 or 2 weeks. I would say around 1 or 2 weeks. That does not mean that when this process is over, the detaching process is over, because that's also a grief process. But the body will calm down on its biggest withdrawal symptoms after 1 week, 2 weeks max. And after 4 weeks, I made a whole video about this, after 4 weeks, without the addiction, your body is able to produce little amounts of dopamine on its own again, without the source, without the addiction, which is really, really great news. That means that from 4 weeks, you slowly start to be able to enjoy things again. And again, that doesn't mean that the grief process is over, because the grief process takes as long as it takes. So what can you do during the withdrawal? Well, I recommend people to use their friends. Tell someone that you're going cold turkey and that you might need their help. Have them on standby on your phone. So when the panic and the anxiety becomes too much or overwhelming, you can talk to somebody that you know really well and they can help you and soothe you a little bit. Go lay in bed if you feel like laying in bed. Take it very, very easy. See it as a flu. You're going to lay in bed. When you have the flu, you can binge watch Netflix, take little walks, drink enough water, by the way, to support your body a little bit, and stick it out. Make a little mantra why you are doing this. Why are you doing this? And then breathe the cravings away. I don't think anything will take away the pain, but you can take it. You can take it and stick it out and breathe when the cravings are too much. Unfortunately, there is no cure or no pain for the Limerence withdrawal. As a matter of fact, there's not that much help out there. Like I said before, you cannot really check into a Betty Ford clinic, say, hi, I'm going to withdraw here from my Limerence episode, because it's not that well known yet. But believe me, you can do it. Take it one day at a time. And your life will feel meaningless and boring and gray for a while. Even when your life is not, it will feel like that because of the lack of certain hormones. You can have a look around and think, okay, my life is really boring. That comes with the withdrawal. You can implement a little trick to deal with the longings. You can trick yourself a little bit. When the craving and the longing to reconnect is at a peak, you can say, okay, if it's still on a peak tomorrow, I will contact them. If it's still on a scale from 1 to 10, still a 9, then I will contact them. But as we know, moods and emotions come and go. They come and go in waves. So if you are on a 9 right now, doesn't mean you are on a 9 in the next hour or the next day. So you can postpone it and postpone it again. Endure the pain until it gets better. And it will get better because it's so good to have a normal, regulated hormonal system again. So, long story short, how do you deal with the Limerence withdrawal? Well, be prepared. Maybe you don't want to do something big at your work, take on a big project, or give a presentation the day after you cut your addiction. Maybe you want to take a few days off, or maybe you really want the distraction from your work. But see how you feel. You can compare it with a flu. Maybe you want to lay in bed, maybe you want to sit on the couch, and please use your friends. Tell them that you're going to do this and you might need their help. And then take it very, very easy. And then after a week or 2 weeks, the physical symptoms will get better. Now, I also talk a lot about the grief process, and I'm not really going to address the grief process in this video I made, and I will make a lot of videos about that process. But here we're talking about the withdrawal symptoms, the hormones trying to get back in balance, and that's why you feel so bad, and also because your nervous system doesn't want to detach from this important other, and it makes you feel really bad. So you will seek the other, but you don't have to seek the other. What I also find important to tell you is don't beat yourself up if you relapse. It is normal. It is completely normal. It's part of the process. You relapse and then you go again and you relapse and you go again until you do not relapse anymore. And I'm not saying this to give you a green card, or you shouldn't be worried that you use this information as a green card. Oh no, now I can contact them every day, because you have your reason why you don't want to do that. But again, approach yourself with self-compassion if you relapse. This is really, really hard. This is not something that is done easily. Like I said before, we're going against our lizard brain, our reflexes, Mother Nature. This is a strong force. It's not easy. And withdrawal symptoms feel really, really awful. And besides this, limerence can manipulate our mind so that we actually think that it's a really good idea. And after a while, if we go no contact and we go through the withdrawal and after a while we start to feel better, then is it that we will relapse, because then we think we can handle it. Oh, if I just feel better and I just not so freaked out anymore, I can handle the uncertain contact with the other. Well, you can try it. There's no harm there, but you can't. If you want my help in your withdrawing, in making a withdrawal plan, or in your limerent episode altogether, please contact me and I'll be very happy to help you. And for now, I want to thank you for watching this video, and I hope to see you in another video. Bye.